Life is not all about multiplying, sometimes you have to divide, and this video is going to look at dividing expressions. If we had an expression in algebra like 20 x squared times by y, written as 20x squared y, divided by 5x, what would that become? First, let's look at the numbers. 20 divided by 5 is 4. So we can divide the numbers and see what's left over. It'd be 4. X squared divided by x. It's a bit like when you did 20 divided by 5 and we cancelled it down so that we were only left with 4. X squared divided by x will be just left with x. Let's draw that out. Imagine like we had x multiplied by x, and that gives us x squared. Well, if we take away one of these x's, which is like dividing by x, we don't have x squared anymore. We just have what's left over, which is x. Another way to think about it is you can just take away 1 from the number. So x squared, which is x to the 2, divided by x, which is just like x to the 1, you're left with x to the 1, which is x. And y is on its own because there's nothing, it's not being divided by anything. So the answer would be 4xy. Let's look at another example. How about if we had 30 x cubed, y cubed, and a z squared just thrown in, and this time we're dividing by 6x squared y squared. So I've made it quite a lot more complicated, but the same idea applies. 30 divided by 6 is 5, so we do the numbers first and we get 5. X cubed divided by x squared is just x, because we have a 3 take away 2 and you're left with x. Y cubed divided by y squared again is similar to, is almost exactly the same to x cubed divided by x squared. You're going to be left with y, and then the z squared isn't divided by anything, so we have z squared. You might be wondering what happens if something completely cancels out. Let's see what happens there. How about 10 a squared b squared divided by 10 a b squared? Let's do it step by step. What's 10 divided by 10? Anytime you have a number divided by itself, you always just get 1. A million divided by a million is 1. 10 divided by 10 is just 1. A squared divided by a is, well, a is the same as a to the 1, and a squared, take away a to the 1, would just be a to the 1, which is a. B squared divided by b squared is just like 10 divided by 10. Anytime you have any expression, as well as any number, divided by itself, you can simply cancel them out. B squared divided by b squared completely disappears. So we're left with 1a, or just a. That's an introduction to dividing expressions.